This is Romo Dunze, and you're listening to the Ballsville Podcast.
Thank you so much, man. Appreciate it.
And now, your host of the Ballsville Podcast, Scott Fitzgerald.
Welcome back, Ballsville gamers, to another episode of the Ballsville Podcast. I'm your host, Scott Fitzgerald, aka Ludes for Sale on Sleeper. And this episode is brought to you by the Ballsville Games. Our games combine fantasy football and poker, which create big payouts with great odds. All right, gang. We have a huge episode today. We are having a live $50 redraft fast draft combined with your pros and you Joes. So this is going to get kicked off in a little bit. We're going to go through our player introductions for today. So our panel consists of our producer, Sarah M21. She does all the behind the scenes stuff, all the quirky noises. And what's up, Sarah? Next, we got my co-host, S. Clem. He is out of Viva Las Vegas. He's Bill's Mafia. He is Farmer Sean. What is up, Sean?
Not much, my friend. How we doing?
And from Florida, he's just recently bought a brand new home, and he is one of my best friends. He goes by the dealer on Sleeper. He is Kenneth Moore. What's up, Ken?
Hey, what's going on, everyone?
And back in as our fourth panel guest, he goes by Super Biesto. Out of Boston, he goes by Gary. What's up, Gary? Welcome back.
Cheers. Cheers, everyone.
Cheers.
All right. Well, looks like everyone's all fired up with their favorite drink, and we are ready to get into this. So we are going to get into some news nugs. I've got to do the news! So we are going to start off with three remarkable receivers. We're going to talk about the situations that they are in. We have CeeDee Lamb. We have Jamar Chase. We have Brandon Ayuk, which all three organizations are playing chicken. Who's going to sign the next big contract? So I'm going to go with my panel and say, which deal do you think gets done first, and which deal do you think gets done last? Go ahead, Sean.
I think the first deal that gets done is probably CD, and the last deal I think is Ayuk because it's probably not going to be with the Niners.
All right, Kenneth.
I think CD's the first one, but I think Jamar Chase will be the last one that gets done.
Gary.
Yeah, I think CD is going to be first. It better be for the Cowboys, but I think I have to go with Chase being the last one, and not because of anything except for I think Ayuk actually is going to sign with the Niners.
Really?
Pretty soon. Yeah.
Wow.
So,
shock me.
yes. So my take on this is the Bengals always do bungle things. And instead of just going ahead and signing this guy, they're looking for like the Walmart discount. They're looking for that, easy ticket. So just sign the guy, because if you don't sign him now, and that's what I don't understand what these organizations do. You sign these guys when they need to get signed immediately because every signee after that is just going to make it more and more expensive for you, because you're going to have to pay him a lot more, especially if Chase comes out as a monster year after CD already signed. You're going to pay him more than since CD got. So you may as well just pay him now, make him happy, and go on from there. So I don't know why these organizations like playing chicken. Everyone knows salary cap goes up. Players want more money. They're always going to compare themselves to the next highest paid, receiver or running back. So I just don't understand why these franchises don't get it done. It's not like the Bengals don't have the money. They're under the cap. They can do it. Just sign this guy, make him happy. You're not bringing back Higgins. So just get the deal done. I don't know what they're doing, but you know what? They're going to pay for it. So Oh,
Are they
well.
really going to pay a lot more though at this point? Like, I think the cap's been set with Justin's deal. So, like, whatever CD is going to come back at, I think they'll slot in real close to that, and it'll probably be around there. I don't think it's going to change much between now and then.
And Jamar Chase comes out and has a year just as good as CeeDee Lamb or better, he's going to get more money. He's going to demand more money.
Maybe more than CD, but not more than Justin.
No. He'll demand what CD's getting right now. So he wants to be paid on that same.
You don't think he's already basically going to get that though?
Well, I mean, he should. I mean, but
I think so too.
We're talking about the Bungles. The Bungles just do bungle things. So, we'll see what happens there. Next, we're gonna move into a very polarizing player on this panel. He goes by the name of TJ Hockenson, and
who's that? Have we ever talked about that guy before?
I cannot really. I don't think I have the ability to talk about TJ Hockenson the way he should be talked about. So I'm going to just hand the floor over to the dealer, Mr. Ken Moore. The floor is yours. Go ahead and talk about your boy.
Thank you. But before I talk about Mr. Hockenson, top 10 tight end in the league, if everyone remembers, and as we talk about on the pod, we always talk about betting pub subs. The first pub sub that popped up was a TJ Hockenson bet. And Scott does not think TJ Hockenson will barely play this season. And I fully disagree. So
8 consecutive games he has to play. 8 consecutive games.
Bet.
He will play 8 consecutive games. Thank you. And it has come out that TJ Hockenson is ahead of schedule on his ACL recovery, which puts this bet in a lot better spot and favorable position for me. So on top of that, I think TJ Hockenson will be out for, I think the first month, but I think he will come back sooner than expected from the original diagnosis for his ACL injury.
Oh, man.
Okay, does
these guys in the comments are cracking me up over here. The Hawk strap.
Gary,
come on.
Gary, what do you think about TJ Hockenson there?
I mean, so I'm actually a big fan of Hockenson, and I'm a big fan just because of the production, like the fantasy production. The points like I'm pretty sure last season.
Ken, when you clap, it moves the computer.
I'd have to double check this because I don't like keep stats on me, but I'm pretty sure he was like he had like 14 points per game or something like that in fantasy. He was like he was up there like top 5, maybe even tied with like top 3.
Very true.
Points per game. So it's just as soon as he's healthy, especially on a team with a rookie quarterback, I think he's going to excel like he usually does. So I think I'm a big fan. I'm not sure. It's always iffy on like these injuries, but when he comes back, but the reports are that he's doing really well. He's ahead of schedule. So
yeah, this is a 3-1 against you, Scott. You're by yourself, buddy. I'm on the Hawk train also.
You're on the Hawk
Hey, no way Sean agreed with me for once.
Right? I've owed you, man. You've been agreeing with me so much lately. I felt like I owed you,
I don't mind being in islands by myself.
he also looks like a Viking. Like I feel like that you get like
does, right?
for looking like your mascot.
Golden
He looks
locks.
like a lion too.
Right? He looks like Fabio pre-bird roller coaster incident.
Yeah.
I know that's a little
Hey,
older.
I got somebody to agree with me. So Chiefs Life says, yeah, when not coming off an injury, that historical players don't do good. So that's good. That's good news for my pub bet.
You would take Freiermuth over Hockenson. I don't
No,
want
I
to hear it.
wouldn't. I would not.
I mean, what about that other guy in the purple jersey, right? He came back pretty strong from his ACL injury.
I mean, if we're talking dynasty, that's one thing. If we're talking redraft, that's another thing, obviously. So, I still think Hockenson has a ton of value in dynasty, but in redraft, I'm not touching him.
Dude, the way the redrafts leagues were happening, you had a ton of value with him in these leagues right now where he was falling to.
Maybe I'd take a shot on him as second tight end, like late, but I would never.
Yeah, wasn't he going around guys like Pat Freiermuth?
Yeah,
at that point, like, come on.
Yeah, it's going in that range. So, all right. well, that's just we're just going to cut the news and nuggets short this week since we have a big show. We got like I said, the live draft and stuff. But before we get into the live draft, I want to get Alex on here. He has a recorded message for you guys that I think is very important. Just giving you an idea of like how our scoreboard looks so far with all our drafts and the freebies that we're giving away, because we give freebies away for you guys. I mean, we're not, like I said, this Ballsville and this podcast is all for the gamers. So we'd like to give free stuff away. And then also we're actually going to do some best ball expansions, since we've gotten a lot of people asking, oh man, we're all done with the best balls. Are you going to have any more? So we are going to expand the best balls, but I'll let Alex take that away. So if we got that queued up, that video, go ahead and cue that in, guys.
First of all, I want to thank everybody who's participating in the Ballsville games up to this point. We've gone through the Dragons of Dynasty. Those happened around April. We get everybody situated. We had 3 orphans out of 15 leagues, which is an excellent year. And those orphans were filled within hours when orphan season opened up April 1st. So we don't have to go through all the trouble of trying to find people that want to play in our Dynasty leagues, because we have a pretty solid demand there. Now, we went straight into the way too early best ball leagues. These are pre-draft leagues. These are budget leagues, $4 an entry. We ran 40 of those. That kept us busy from February all the way until the NFL draft. After that, we went right into our big game, our best ball, 10-team leagues, 8 leagues per division. We did 10 divisions, which is 2 more than we did all of last year. Entries are $6.50. We're going to be giving away a couple of these entries tonight. Also, for tonight's live podcast, we're going to be running the entire draft. If you're watching the podcast tonight, all you have to do is like and leave a comment, and we're going to put your name into a little raffle. And at the end of the podcast, we're going to raffle off a free entry into our Division 11 Best Ball expansion. Tonight's draft will be for our redraft game, which is currently underway. Now, these Best Ball leagues, they're kind of a big deal. They're pretty excellent. 10 teams per league, 8 leagues per division. We're going to end up with 12 divisions. So if you win $50. You can take your money and leave, or you can wager it against other league winners in pursuit of the division title. So if you're going to have 8 league winners in a division and they all wager $50, that's a $400 upside. So whoever scores the most points in week 16 alone is the division winner and takes all wagers in that, whatever they wager into. So you can wager 50 or you can wager 25. Now, in week 17, we take all the division winners that are going to have various amounts of money. You get to choose what you want to wager in pursuit of the championship. The championship comes with a $200 bonus prize and bragging rights, of course. Last year's winner, even though we only had 8 divisions in 2023, they took home $1,450 from a $6 entry. So if we have 12 divisions and each division has a $400 upside, we're looking at $4,800 maximum upside plus a $200 bonus in the week 17 championship round. That's a $5,000 max payout. So we're likely going to have something short of that, but the less money on the line, the better the odds are going to be. That's how the Ballsville game works. That's how our formula works. It's going to be the same thing if you're in the redraft leagues. The amounts vary depending on what stakes you're in, but the formula is the same. And it ultimately leads to big payouts. So if the payouts aren't there, then that means the odds are going to be great. And there's wagering bonuses to encourage you to wager. And if nobody goes after that wager bonus, if it's just you, you're going to automatically split that wagering bonus with the game. We're going to take half of it for our managers and for the money that we put in, pro accounts, things like that. And you're going to take half of it by default without having to go up against anybody. So that's how we play the Ballsville game, and that's what's worked for us. We're better than any tournament because we have better odds, and we're better than any league because we have bigger payout opportunities. So, with that being said, we're going to turn our attention to tonight's podcast and the Scorpion League, which is a mid-stakes league. It's going to be our fast draft. It's going to have live podcast coverage, and we've already run the 3X shuffle. That's going to be demonstrated here. All right, everyone in the Scorpion League, it looks like you've chosen spot number 3 for the free entry giveaway to the best ball game. Now your 3X shuffle will be coming up. This will determine your draft order for tonight's draft, as well as the winner of this free entry. Good luck, everybody. 1, 2, 3. And it looks like Chief Life, you are the winner of the Best Ball freebie. Your free entry will be in your DMs, and the leagues will open up as soon as tomorrow morning.
All right. Thank you, Alex, for coming in with that video. I hope it's very informative for you guys. And before we get into the live draft that everyone's been waiting on, I'm just going to give you
Congrats,
a
Chief
rundown.
Life.
I'm going to give you a rundown how this is going to work. So we're basically going to draft each round all the way till round 10. At the end of each round, we're going to take a couple minutes and we're going to evaluate the round real quick with some of the picks we like, maybe some of the picks we don't like. Once round 10 is over and we get into round 11, we are going to continue the draft, but we will not be stopping anymore. What we will be doing is we will evaluate every team in this draft, team 1 all the way to team 12. And I figured by the time we get done evaluating all 12 teams, the draft should come to a conclusion. If you guys have any questions you want answered before it comes to your team, that would be helpful. We can answer those when we hit your team, but we are definitely going to hit all 12 teams. So every team will be evaluated and will be thoroughly broken down. As far as the podcast goes, it is under my name, Lutz for Sale, but there will be 5 of us drafting. I will, and we are going to be doing, the picks will be linear for the Ballsville crew. So I'll be picking first, then Sean, then Ken, Gary, Sarah, and then back up to me. And then we'll do that all the way through the draft. So if there's, there shouldn't be anything else. It's just going to be standard, like I said, redraft league, Ballsville style. So let's get this going. Let's do it. On the clock is C-Bomb.
Let's get everybody in the draft room if you're not already in there.
Yep, get everybody in the draft. Wheel of Fortune.
Guys, mute your draft rooms if you're in the pod room, please.
Yes.
Somebody hasn't muted their draft room. All right, guys, we're getting a lot of feedback from one of these draft rooms right now.
Freaking Chiefs.
Where are we? Okay, so we're up next here.
I thought it was 30 seconds around. Why is it like 15?
Should be a minute.
Yeah, it's really not working out right here.
Can we change it real quick?
Yes, I think we should pause this and go back to start fresh, because there it goes to 42 seconds now. Okay, that's better. Thank you, whoever did that.
Okay,
Connor.
that was probably Connor.
Did everybody get their picks okay? If you haven't gotten your picks okay on the first 4, I feel bad.
I'm pretty sure they did. They went through it like pretty quickly.
You can't go wrong here.
I know you
Right.
can't.
First round.
Remember, this is going to be my pick, and then you guys are on your own.
Don't say that, because then someone will make some outrageous pick, and then we're all gonna make a comment about it.
All right, I'm going to draft the way I've been drafting lately.
Oh goodness!
All right,
There
so
we
we're
go.
going.
Good
All right,
pick.
Sean, spelled with an EA the right way.
Freaking Chiefs.
What?
I
It's always
want CeeDee Lamb.
Well, I mean, Tyreek has just as,
Hey, let's not talk about Tyreek Hill today. Let's
Yeah, we talked about enough.
it's sore subject.
Yeah,
I don't know if you guys know, but Sean made a big Tyreek Hill trade today.
All right, Shawnee Mac, you're about to get picked. There you go. Good job, brother. Is that Baker? I always wonder, is that Baker in his profile picture? It looks like it could be Baker.
Oh no.
I mean, this board's falling pretty much the way I anticipated.
Yeah. I mean, do you guys think there's a bad pick in the first round? in a
It's
redraft league?
difficult. I mean, it's tough.
I don't really think so.
Yeah. Unless I don't see anybody reaching. I think it's more of how you pick your second round after your first pick.
No matter what JoJo does, it's not a good pick.
I don't know. JoJo's getting kind of nervous right now.
Oh, there we go. And I have to apologize to you, gentlemen. It was me that wasn't muted. I muted the wrong one.
Good job.
Oh.
That's twice I've done that to you guys, by the way.
I know.
I want you to know that Sean was looking at me, and I know in the back of his mind he was blaming me for it.
Actually, I was thinking it was Scott.
I want to see what JoJo does right here. This is JoJo. JoJo's always drafted receivers at the end, and now all his receivers are gone.
Yeah.
I know. What's he gonna do? He's all.
I've never seen him in this position.
Watch him take both Brees.
He's got to take Bijan. Take both those running backs.
That's what I think he's gonna do. Watch.
Yeah.
That's a Sean move right there.
Why did the draft? Oh yeah, because we're at the end of the round. Good job there, brother. You guys are paying
Okay,
attention.
so real quick, we'll go around the horn. I'll go last. Gary, what do you think about this first round? Best. Well, I mean, like I said, we already talked about best.
Yeah.
Let me give you this question: who got the best value in this draft, and who maybe not saying they reached, but who kind of maybe got a guy maybe that could have went the second?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of tough. I feel like the quarterbacks and the first two quarterbacks to go are still a reach. I know they're the best quarterbacks in the league, but like with Superflex in a redraft, I feel like you got to go running back or receiver first. That's just my opinion, but there really isn't a bad pick in my opinion. It depends how you want to build your team out, but best value, I don't know. Maybe Amon-Ra St. Brown. Everybody in the back of the first round is going to get good value.
Yeah, it's hard to get best value when you're early in the first round, right?
Kenneth, who got good value? Real quick.
I don't know. I think TB did. I like the Stroud pick where he got it. I would rather take Stroud over like probably Lamar and Hurts, but I like the Stroud pick.
Sean?
I was leaning towards the Hurts pick just because I have the same opinion. I just think that Hurts has that rushing upside on his touchdown potential that Stroud doesn't bring to the table. So,
but I also think
my passing league that makes a little bit of a difference too. So either one of those I'd be okay with.
I know we've talked about this, but I don't think Hurts's touchdown thing won't be as high as it used to be.
All right, yeah, I'll just chime in real quick. I agree with Ken. I think it's Stroud. Book it 5K this year.
Fine.
5K in
your. I
year.
know.
All right, let's go. Let's next round.
All right, JoJo. He did it. I knew it.
He's on.
Nice.
Oh, that's great. He did that just because he knew I wanted a running back to fall.
Double.
Who's got our next pick? Sean?
Sean's got our pick.
That's right.
Let's see if he does the right thing. I set it up for the next. I set it up for you and Ken.
So we've got Tyreek Hill, and that's it, huh? Man, I wish I had that guy on my team. I couldn't help myself.
Honestly, that was a fantastic way to start off that pick. Our first pick with Tyreek Hill.
Thank you, Gary. Thank you.
Yeah.
We knew it was going to be a receiver. Come on now. We know that the only person who was going to take a running back in the first round would have been me.
Look at that start. Lamar.
Which is why you guys didn't give me the first round pick.
Lamar and Love.
I like it.
Booking quarterbacks.
Ooh.
Wow,
Ooh.
Trevor. Are you serious?
That's not our Trevor. That's not Trevor Tortoise. That's a different
not
Trevor.
Who is that? Is that your guy, Ken? Silva? Silva?
That's Silva. Silva is our friend Trevor. That's Tortoise. Trevor Silva's Tortoise.
Yeah, that's what I said. That's Trevor.
I thought you were talking about the pick.
No.
Oh, the comment.
Look at that, Trevor. Come on, Trevor. You've been spending too much time in the yard.
Well, top 7 isn't that hot of a take. He could come in 8th, and it would still be great.
You butt face right in front of me. Sean, you're not supposed to do us EAs like that, bro. Come on. All right, what do I do here? I think I kind of have no choice, honestly. It's going to be Kyler.
All right.
I know you like that, Scott.
I like it. Any quarterback.
I would have taken Richardson, but I was hoping he'd fall. I didn't say it earlier because I didn't want to bring up the two names, but I would have taken Burrow or Richardson over Love myself.
Yeah. Well, I just want to make sure, we got a quarterback there. That's why I set up the Tyreek pick.
Yeah. Well, I mean, once the running backs went, I had no choice. And there was enough of a run on quarterbacks where it made it pretty obvious for me.
Oh, that's a fun stack for Chiefs.
I have to say, I'm glad C-Bomb's not on because I have a really bad feeling that in one of my picks, I'm going to take a running back and not a wide receiver. And he would absolutely roast me if he was on.
Oh, what do you mean he's not on?
He's still on.
He's
No,
on. Bro.
he's like, I wouldn't be able to, like, the facial reaction.
He's on.
Give me.
I mean, he's actually sitting here ready to go when the time comes, bro. So
he gets the double tap. Where's he
oh
going?
yeah, all we got to do is ring the bell and bring him on in here, and we can start laying bets and everything. And all right, what are we gonna do?
Yeah, who's it gonna be here?
He's taking a wide receiver.
Who I would take, but he's looking at the receivers right now, a little butthurt about it. I bet.
He's gonna go Olave.
Nah, I bet he goes
He gets
Harrison.
I think he could potentially do two of them.
I tell you what, this is a pretty tight draft. I mean, no one's really falling. Everyone's been pretty aggressive on their pick.
What are you trying to use the pause at the end of the round as a little like extra time bonus, man? Come on now.
All right.
All right, go. There we go. So he
I called it.
All right, we'll start. This time we'll start with Ken. Biggest value in this round.
I don't know. I have to say, I think I have to like the Garrett Wilson pick, probably my favorite out of that round, just because of top wide receivers, and I just kind of like where he went.
Sean.
To be honest with you, I think I have to go with Richardson just because I feel like he could easily have gone over either Burrow or Love, and for him to fall to that point, I think that was a good pick.
Gary, what's your favorite build so far?
You know what? It's a toss-up between I love that Jamar Chase, Anthony Richardson combo. So much upside there. And the Lamb Prescott one is a lot of fun. That's just a lot of fun. Like I love having stacks like that in fantasy. But
yeah, I'm on the fence. I like the CD Prescott, but I also really like and people might be surprised on this, but because of where he went, I really like the Jalen Hurts Burrow stack or quarterback combo there.
I knew you were going to say that.
If Burrow if he has a good year this year, he could end up outscoring Hurts. So I think that's a great start.
What is this? Thank you, Jojo, for saying what you just said about him.
Yeah, I was like, what?
Jojo and I disagreed for once.
It's not like it's not. I know. It's not like I'm in love with Burrow. It's just if I can get him in the middle of the second like that, I just think that's too good of a value to pass up. So I'd be forced to add him to my roster. So that's
you also take T-Law over Burrow,
huh?
Hey, you got a countdown, buddy. You better make your point.
Let's go round 3.
Oh, does he take the backup receiver again now? I bet he does. London, that's my guess. I guess I shouldn't say that since this is live.
Yeah. Stop, Sean.
People are going to yell at us.
We're on a little bit of a delay. He might not get it. Yeah.
Ooh, he took Taylor.
What? No way.
Whoa, he took his
it's a good pick.
running back. It's a good pick, though.
Yeah.
For a guy who never takes running backs, that's a shocking pick.
Yeah.
He's starting to come around.
No. Sometimes it's just the value's too good. You have to do it.
C-Bomb just let me down. I'm very disappointed.
So what is Mr. Ben doing this going to do? Is get back off the chat and come in here and make your pick, bro. You got 10 seconds. I bet he goes, got to go receiver, right?
Yeah.
I want to see.
Kyron Williams.
I want to see what Mr. Kenneth does here with our pick.
Yeah, I got a feeling that this is going to be a tough decision for him.
It is a tough decision. This draft's not going the way I thought maybe it would go.
I know what I would do, but I don't think Ken would do what I would do.
No, you probably take a running back.
That's not what I would do, actually, in this scenario. Not after those guys just went off the board.
I'm just truly shocked with what Seabaum just did.
I know. It was a shock and awe campaign by him for sure. Look at him. He's throwing up his arms and shit. He's cheersing his buddies in the room right now. It's like he just got drafted in the first round or something.
Oh.
He's crying, hugging his mom.
I think he did. He did good.
Ooh. Another
So
I mean, he got
what
a
happens
running,
when you spend weeks hyping up running backs, right?
he got a potential top 5 running back in the 3rd round. That's pretty good.
Yeah, I think it's great. I mean, that's who I was hoping that you were going to take.
That hurt. That
hurt a lot. That's the guy I wanted for our team.
Why did Brock fall?
Dude, come on. What are you doing, man? That's such a bad pick.
See,
yeah.
this isn't working correctly.
So who's up, Ken?
Ken.
Is that you took Herbert? Ooh. I like it. So what do you think of taking him over Tua?
No, Tua is not close to Herbert.
What about
Goff?
Yeah, what about Goff?
Yeah.
I mean, Goff is one that I've been honestly got Goff like rated 3 or 4 guys higher than most people have him.
We're just waiting.
Yeah, Scott's pointed it out multiple times. He's got a great schedule. He plays indoors in a dome. Like he's got a perfect setup.
Jojo, hold on. Jojo, Tua is not close to Herbert.
I don't think so either. I think it's a clear cut, tier between Herbert and Tua, and then Herbert is in the same tier with Goff.
Jojo, you're crazy.
I don't know. When Jojo hops in here, I don't think we're going to be able to stop him from talking. He's going to just be like, he has so much on his
He's sitting there. He's probably got 3 pages of notes ready to go.
He goes,
but here's the thing. Like, you go take Tua, he's like a concussion away from being done. And I just feel like you can buy Herbert at floor.
Guys, but why are we even worried about taking a quarterback in this round? That's the question.
Why?
Yeah.
Because it's a super flex, brother. You got to have 2 stud quarterbacks.
Here's my whole thing with super flex. Honestly, like I think your first quarterback should be a great quarterback. Second quarterback should be treated like a 1 QB redraft league. And it doesn't even matter who you put in 1 QB.
Totally disagree.
Baker.
Not even close to what Herbert or Goff guys. Totally disagree with that. Like, and that's like a key. Me and Scott have tried to hammer this home multiple times.
That's so good.
Like, our gold.
That's so very super beasto. I'm telling you, every super flex league I play in, the winners they don't have 2 top quarterbacks. They just have a quarterback that's great and somebody that fills in from time to time, and then their skill positions are just loaded. And I don't know. That's where we have that's a whole. Everybody
has
a
build philosophy.
Strategy.
It's a difference of build philosophies. I wouldn't say either one is definitely wrong or right.
Exactly.
Hey, hold on. I have to ask Gary this: is my pick the worst pick in the draft in this round?
I don't know if it's the worst pick. I mean, if nobody picks any quarterbacks in the next 10 picks, then
how many more quarterbacks? There goes one right there because.
But I just don't know if this season Herbert really is that much better than a lot of the other quarterbacks per game. Like I could see him being 5 points I can see him like 5 points on average per game better than some of the mediocre quarterbacks just based on how Harbaugh runs his offense. But
Okay, so
I don't know.
the rounds ended. So I'll go. Who'd we start up? We'll start with Sean this time. So Sean,
Absolutely.
what?
So we got from first to 12th, we got
No,
Jonathan
yeah,
Taylor,
yeah,
Kyron
so-
Williams,
Yeah.
Travis
So
Etienne.
the question for this round for you guys for the panel is, Sean, who doesn't belong in this round?
Okay, so for Jonathan Taylor, Kyron Williams, Etienne, Purdy, Herbert, London, Olave, Adams, Pacheco, Henry, Goff, Neighbors in that order. So for me, I know you guys are gonna like completely dog me for this opinion based on this previous conversations. It's Neighbors. I think I would have waited on Neighbors. Just being in a redraft league, man, I would have waited on Neighbors and probably taken like a Brandon Ayuk over him right there, just because I feel like, the rookie aspect in play. And to be honest, with his team build, he's probably going to do it on the turn here, but I probably would have went quarterback right there. And
Gary?
most likely for me, I'd probably have taken both my quarterbacks right there on this turn. So
Gary, who doesn't belong in this round?
yeah, like for me, for the way I build, I would say Herbert. And I know you guys
He's
hate
dogging
that.
his own team.
But yeah, I wouldn't have picked Herbert. I don't think it's like it's hard to say the worst pick. We're still like in the rounds where it's like I do think Neighbors is kind of a reach, although he gets to pick again, so he can figure out how to balance that out. So yeah, I mean, because there's a lot of great talent still at the skill positions, but we'll see like what comes back around because you still just got to see what's coming up. So
Ken, who doesn't belong?
So real quick, I'm very shocked with Seabaum. It just blows my mind what he did. But the pick that does not belong in this round is Pacheco.
that's a C+ pick, Seabaum.
No, that's a B-. I don't think Pacheco belongs in this round. I just don't think I would rather take Henry over him.
All right, next round.
Wow. All right, well, let's see if JoJo decides to cover his butt with another receiver or get a quarterback here. Eagles quarterback. Jaden Daniels. So what do you think of Jaden over Tua?
I don't like it.
I don't like it.
As far as that, I would agree on that point. I think I got Tua above Jaden. Just for the rookie aspects, that's all.
Actually, JoJo, that is not C+ work. That is an F.
He's chomping.
I like the Nico Collins pick there, but I don't know if I would go that route based on his Almond and Puka already. But it's not terrible.
No,
I like it. I liked it.
I know you guys like your receiver heavy squad, so I'm not going to hate on his opinion on how to build a squad.
yeah, it's a nice looking team.
yeah, no,
Nice.
I like the start. I mean, getting Goff where he got him, I'm like, that's the way the quarterback's going off the board.
Yeah. And I feel like there is definitely a teardrop for the running backs where at this point it is a reach to take one.
Where's Seabaum? I want him to say something about that Nico pick.
What do you think of Diggs over Ayuk, over Pittman?
No.
Ooh.
The news is scaring everyone away. Shouldn't.
Yeah, the Ayuk news. Ooh, there goes our first tight end off the board, Kelsey at 4-4. I mean, I don't think at that point. I really don't.
You guys like that? You don't like that pick?
I don't hate it.
I think he can't get out of the fourth round. If he's in the fourth round, I think
Yeah.
I was hoping Ayuk would drop to us.
Yeah, there goes Tua, and then right after that, Ayuk.
All right, Gary.
Can't blame him.
Gary, get ready, Gary. You're up.
I'm taking a look right now. I think I know what two I'm gonna base.
I have a feeling I know what two you're going between too.
I'm gonna do a little something different than I usually do, depending on who he picks here. I was really hoping.
I know who I'd like you to take right now. I'm not going to tell you, but I know who I'd like you to take. We'll see if you do it.
I know who I want him to take.
Oh my gosh! So I think I'm gonna go. I don't know if I can actually pick. So you guys got to pick for me.
You can tell me who, and I can do it.
Yeah.
Let me see here. I've got a little bit of time.
You got some time.
This is tough here. You guys left me in a predicament here.
What a predicament.
Okay.
Big spot here.
You got to give me the time to pick them for you.
All right. Let's go with Debo.
Debo.
That's right.
Wow.
Debo.
I know that's a little bit of a reach.
I would have taken Waddle. That's who I was thinking.
We already have Hill.
We already have Hill.
Oh, we do. Good call. I didn't
Oh,
even look up in the first round. Jeez Louise.
I would have
See, if I had
usually
the draft
taken Waddle
every pick,
there.
I would have covered that, but
Yeah, I would have usually taken Waddle there, but
Yeah.
I want a receiver on a good team. The Niners.
no, I like that for sure.
Yeah.
Now that you said that,
No, the
I like
receiver.
that for
You
sure.
want the receiver on the good team. It's
And
Yeah,
I don't think Ayuk's getting
Yeah, I
traded.
know.
If he does,
he goes look at Sean rattled.
I'm also a Niners fan, so that helped out a little
I'm
bit.
not used to drafting a team with multiple people picking different picks.
Yeah, see, I would have probably he already went, but I probably would have leaned Mike Evans.
I thought about that too, just
Yeah.
because of there, but I'm just not as big of a fan of what I think Baker can do this year. And if that happens, I don't know what I think of Evans.
I love Mike Evans, man. He's just fucking.
I know you do. You love him. You hate TJ Hockenson. You know, it is what it is.
I want ballers on my team. Mike Evans is a baller.
Do you want guys that don't suck at football?
TJ Hockenson worries about his curly hair.
Okay, that's enough Hawkinson hate right now, sir.
Hawk hate.
All right.
Oh, there goes Laporta.
Goes Laporta.
So he's got some solid players so far. One at every position.
Yeah, he's got a good.
I love what TJ said because I know he's a Bucks fan. He's just like me. We're so we love the Bucks.
Ken, next year we're gonna have to go to Bucks camp, and I need to get a radio.
All right, round's over.
Radio ID from Mike Evans, if we can. All right, round's over. Let's see what we're gonna do with this round. So we'll go with we'll start off with Ken. Ken, which team build do you like?
Oh man, I was gonna say which one do you think is the worst? I think for me the best one so far would have to be I don't know. I like Grizz Tony's team just because I love wide receiver builds, so I'm gonna have to go that way.
Of course.
Gary?
I like Chiefs Life's team. He's pretty balanced. He's got another pick here coming up soon. It's a pretty reliable team. With
What about you?
Prescott, Etienne, Laporta.
What about you, Sean?
Well, I would have gone with JoJo if he did a better job on the turn, but because he basically C plus the turn on that one, I'm gonna go ahead and have to move my pick over to Mr. Been Doing This. Much as I hate to give him some love because he drives me nuts sometimes, he does do a damn good job of drafting, and he's got himself some solid players to start out and another pick and 2 picks. So if he takes the player I think he should take there, he'll be in a good shape moving forward.
I like team 4. What is that? Bada
Bing.
Bada Bing. He's got 2 number
Isn't that
ones.
TJ Hockenson on his picture there? Or
He's got 2 number 1s, receivers.
Yeah, that's a good team.
Could be the number 1 overall running back. And then I think Brock Purdy's very underrated. He's definitely got he showed last year 31 touchdowns. I don't see him throwing less than 30 touchdowns again this year. Offense really hasn't changed much. Next round.
yeah, I'm with you on that, Scott. The only thing I didn't like about his build was he has Purdy and McCaffrey, and I'm not a fan of running back quarterback stacks. So that's the only thing that splits me from him a little bit.
I want you to know that, Sean, you were absolutely right on my pick. I was definitely taking Purdy. I didn't even think about another player until he, kind of sniped me.
Yeah, that was a bad snipe, man.
That's the worst.
It's okay. It's fun to snipe people because I've done it to our Presidente multiple times. So on the flip side, it's kind of fun to do.
Are you kidding me? C-Bomb specifically tried hard to get next to me in drafts to try to snipe me the whole time. He fucking loved it.
It sucks when it happens like right before you're picking too, and you're like, "Fuck, I don't have another guy." It's like, God dang it.
I wonder if he was thinking about Caleb Williams there. What's going on here? Is it paused on my screen and
It's
there it went? Yeah, it's just a little slow.
Yeah, he just ran it down. All right, Sarah.
Okay,
Sarah,
that's not a
open
bad
up.
pick there at all. I don't think. I like that pick.
No, I like Devontae Smith. In the freaking 5th round. I'll take it.
Yeah, that puts him in a good spot right there. I mean, he's solid at a lot of positions. The only one he hasn't drafted yet is the one that really hasn't been picked clean at all. So
I have a feeling right now, since we can't really see C-Bomb, I have a feeling that C-Bomb's not happy. I don't think C-Bomb's
he's down there. You don't see him on your screen?
I'm not able to see him.
Oh, that's right. You can't because you're not special.
Yeah, but I feel like C-Bomb is having a hard time with this draft.
Oh, he's been excited. He's been throwing arms up, cheers in. He's been loving it. Look, right now. I mean, he's hugging his mom right now. Like,
5
literally.
seconds. 4, 3, 2. Come on, Chief Life. All right.
Ooh, that's the most overdrafted player in fantasy right now.
Come on, Tortoise. Say something. Say something, Tortoise. I know that's Tortoise's guy.
That's his boy. He loves himself some Rashid White.
All right, where's Sarah going here?
Sarah. Oh yeah, for our
Yeah.
pick. Okay.
Sarah.
I thought you were talking about the pick that's on the
I'm
spot.
actually really frustrated that I'm left here to be the one to think about if I should get a running back or not.
This has been a rough draft. There's a lot of
Yeah.
good drafters here. There hasn't. I mean, I'm looking at this, and there's not. Usually, every draft there's a team where you're like, that team sucks. But like it.
Ooh, DK.
So I'm now on this like, all right, do I get our third wide receiver? Do we go another round without a running back with all these running backs been going off the board? So I'm a little frustrated with my position right now, for the sake of our team here.
I know, right?
So I'm ay.
You do you.
Oh my gosh, you guys.
Someone asked who the worst team is. I think it's JoJo right now.
Yeah. After that C+ turn, I would put.
Oh
JoJo.
no, and he took DK right before. Oh gosh.
Uh-oh.
Okay. No,
All
I'm
right,
running
you
out
take
of
his
time now.
turn.
I'm
15
running out of time
seconds.
now. All right. Jacobs. Do Jacobs.
All right, Jacobs. It
Take
is. I would have taken
Oh,
Kincaid.
Oh,
I was trying to give you the.
It's is it 0.5? Is it 0.5 TEP?
Yeah, I would have been McBride.
I think I would have taken McBride, but I actually understand
Yeah,
the
sorry,
receiver
guys.
pick.
See,
I
McBride,
don't
to
mind
me-
it.
I actually-
to me, I got Kincaid above McBride, but I got Kincaid as TE1 because the system is going to be literally designed for him. So
I do really think Kincaid is going to be amazing. I just don't know if, I don't know. It was a little early for me for the tight end spot with a 0.5 TEP.
I actually like the pick. I think Jacobs is probably the last. If anyone looked at my rankings that I just posted out today, I think he was one of the last RB1s. I think in the tier that I kind of like. And I don't
Cousins
believe-
over Lawrence.
I don't believe in AJ Dillon. He's got oatmeal pants, pre-oatmeal coming up, and Lloyd has already been banged up.
Every time you say that, I just think of those big women on the beach.
Dude, Alex just said in the chat that there is no tight end premium. So
Yeah, there's no tight end premium.
better to wait.
Ballsville scoring.
I'm so glad Sun Devil's in here right now.
Oh, there goes McBride. So Cousins and then McBride after Jacobs, huh?
Yeah,
I don't think
McBride has
Cousins
too much
over.
competition.
I don't like Cousins over Lawrence personally.
I feel like right now is a little early. Yeah, right now, like you,
Of course. Kincaid is my tight end one, not only because of the Bills shirt. Okay, it's because of the offense and the quarterback that's throwing the
Oh,
ball.
come on, TJ. What are you talking about?
Who's 6? Tony. Tony will be up on the next one to talk about.
All right, so when this
oh,
round
he's stacked
ends,
with London.
Hey,
Still,
so
I like
when
this comment right here. This is a good comment. He is incredibly inefficient. This is exactly my argument for why I don't draft Rashid White.
So when this round ends, the question's going to be who has the worst build.
Okay.
The worst build.
So
Well, Jojo, you got some work to do. You better make a good.
I'm gonna let me go first. Let me go first.
Yeah.
Mixon.
I feel like any chance.
I'm not a fan of having Diggs and Mixon on the same Houston offense back to back. That makes the Diggs pick a little worse for me.
God,
I would-
there's
I
one
would've-
guy. There's one guy I cannot believe has not gone yet.
I would have taken James Cook over Mixon.
Yeah, I would have been because of the fact that he already had Diggs for sure.
Yeah.
There we go. Okay,
There-
at least
there he
he saved face by taking Lawrence there on
There's
that
a-
one.
All right,
That's
2
when I
minutes.
That's when I said I can't believe this guy hasn't gone yet, and then JoJo takes him. So,
Yeah,
all right,
I
we'll
thought
go
TB
with,
would have taken him.
All right, go ahead, Ken.
All right. Where's Bill so far? It is the Mr. JoJo. I have no clue why in the world you would take Daniels where you took him. He's that is a not a C plus kind of pick. That is an F pick.
Gary, where's build?
Yeah, I mean, I still think everybody has a pretty decent build, but I would lean. I do think JoJo might be in a tight spot with 2 rookies there that high. So I don't think it's the worst. Like, there's a lot of upside there, but it's kind of rough.
Sean.
So it's kind of almost like a tie for me a little bit, and you're gonna hate that I'm doing this because the guy took 2 quarterbacks in the beginning, and it's not 100% because of his team build, but it's partially because I think he reached on the players that he took when he took them. There was better players at those positions available, and I'm gonna say short stack 11 is that guy, taking Love over Burrow and Richardson, taking Pacheco over Henry. I don't like that he has Pacheco and Kelsey on the same offense. Only one of them can score the touchdown, right? So. That, in my opinion, kind of puts him there because everybody's got good builds. So it's not like it's bad build. It's just not as good, right? So then the other team would be Chiefs Life 13. I'm just not as big of a fan of his, Rashid White pick at that point in time. And I feel like that kind of hurts where he was headed, in my opinion. I think at that point, in my opinion, right there, that's where Lawrence should have went and stacked up his second quarterback. So that's where I'm at with that round. If I had to pick somebody, but I still think they're not bad builds. They're just not as good.
All right, real quick. I love TB start, Stroud, Brown, Henry, and then you just went right off the rails by taking Diggs over Ayuk or Evans, and then instead of taking Trevor Lawrence, you took Mixon. Next round.
Right off the rail.
Scott. By the way, great job rushing through that, pushing it, hitting the buzzer. Perfect timing. Of course, he did that. He did that because we didn't talk good about his team, so he goes and takes Kincaid. That was a bitter pick, is what that was.
No, he makes that pick so we don't pick on him at the next talking point.
Hey, we got Tony in here to talk about his pick for this round.
Oh, good.
He's my TE1 too, bro.
With that Andrews pick, Tony, what was going on for you there? How's your build going?
Welcome in, Tony. Go ahead and talk about your build so far and the pick.
I like my build so far. I mean, got 3 solid receivers. Goff is just going to have an outstanding season. He's playing in the dome almost all season.
Yes, sir.
So, and as far as Andrews is concerned, I mean, you look at the Baltimore offense, and where are you going to get targets? I mean, who's going to get those targets? You've only got Andrews and you've got maybe Flowers, and that's it.
Yeah, I like it. I think you're on point with where you're headed. I definitely agree with you on a lot of those statements. So I think that, were you getting nervous at all when Goff was starting to get talked about 2 or 3 picks ahead of you?
Yes. I was sitting there just going, okay, these guys are going to blow my whole draft right here.
You're like, Sean, shut up.
Hey, not me. I think I love your draft so far.
Well, I've done about 10 of these with you guys so far, and I've been like all over the board in all 10 of them. So
okay, you're diversified. You're diversified.
Yeah,
that's honestly how I approach these tournament style leagues too, because you don't want to have all your eggs in the same baskets if you're trying for different leagues and whatnot.
Yeah. And I mean, it's I like Sean. I mean, I like to take it as the board gives it to me. So and see where it comes out.
Yeah, it's a good way to look at it. Let the board fall to you.
Yep.
Yeah, good job so far, my friend.
All right. Well, thank you very much.
Absolutely. Thank you for being willing to come on here too, man. Really appreciate
Yeah.
that.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
My
So
favorite-
who took Higgins here? Who was that pick? Is that you, Ken?
My favorite fan, Fran's in. Hi, Fran.
Did you pick
that was Scott. That was Scott's pick.
That was
Number
you,
6.
Scott?
That was Higgins. Yeah.
Yeah, I took Higgins.
Okay, I like it.
No, Scott.
You don't like Higgins?
No.
Who would you
Why?
have taken there instead?
I just don't like Higgins. I don't like Higgins like Scott doesn't like Hockenson.
So what is your point with Higgins though? Like you've never even said anything about not liking him and why.
So the reason I don't like Higgins is because Scott likes him.
Oh my God.
So it's basically just stems from the whole Hawk situation.
How can you not?
I honestly, I
How
think
can you not
Higgins
like
is
a guy
a
that's
great
in
pick
his-
there.
Yeah, how can
I
you not
agree.
like a guy that's
I
in his
like Cooper. I
contract?
like Amari pick before Higgins there though. I would have liked to see a wide receiver one go.
I think Higgins can produce pretty well in a good Bengals offense as long
Higgins
as
is a wide receiver one when he's healthy and Joe Burrow's healthy.
Yeah.
I would like to point out that if Scott did not take Higgins, I would have loved that pick.
If it wasn't Scott,
That's fair.
oh man, that's great.
Oh my God.
I can't wait
Aaron
till
Rodgers
Higgins on my
going off the
team
board.
burns Sun Devil in the playoffs.
So do you take Aaron Rodgers over Baker, Mr. Ken? You know you're such a Baker boy.
Yes, he bombs here.
Oh, here he is.
All right, pause. Round over.
I absolutely hate my team. I am disgusted with myself. Sean's been subtweeting me over here talking about I'm having a great time. I'm losing my mind having to take Taylor in the first round. Or in the third
I love
round.
it. Every time I would say that, I could see him in the screen, just like.
Dude, I absolutely
Look at
hated
that
taking Taylor in
play.
in the third round. Hated it. I knew it. I've drafted with like a multiple of these guys before, and as you can see, Pacheco went late third, and then the Nets running back to get back to me was like A-Chain and White, which I'm not a big fan of, and I was just like, there's no receivers here I love. I have London in a lot of leads, so maybe you can consider him a love, but I'm not. I already have him 12 leads or whatever.
Yeah,
so.
everybody keep quiet. This is your whole segment, C-Bomb. Go right ahead.
Okay.
Keep going.
And then I love Kamara. I think he's a top 10 running back this league. That's where I want to take him. I love getting him there. I've been sniped like 4 times already. I'm not happy of having to take Marvin Harrison at the end of the second round either. There's usually like a Puka or a Wilson or a Murray or a Prescott, somebody that I can take that I just want on my team. But it was freaking Marvin Harrison, who's a rookie, and then Taylor. And I hate taking running backs. But hey, different builds. This draft is definitely not winning me the lead, but I'm gonna make the Sean trade, and we're gonna go with that. So,
all right,
Tyreek Hill for 67 FAB. Let's go.
Oh, C-bomb.
You're
Wow.
Give it to me. Give it to me, Ken.
Hey, save that for the guillotine pod. All right, we're gonna have a special episode potentially now after this uproar, as you guys like to put it.
Well, what do y'all think of my team? Do y'all like it? Is it okay?
I just want to. I would like to point out not too long ago I got roasted by C-bomb because I took running backs. This is C-bomb.
Next round.
You took running backs in Dynasty. Completely different.
Start the
This
clock.
is great.
Oh, yeah, C-bomb's on the clock.
You're back on, Steve.
Who are you taking now?
Go ahead and pick the next guy you
Yeah,
don't
take
like.
a running back.
Pick the next guy you don't like.
I don't like anybody here, honestly. I don't have much of Tank Dell, so I'm probably going to go Tank Dell here. But I also have the stack with Williams or Allen and Williams. But I don't have a lot of Tank Dell. That's the only thing. That's my third wide receiver.
Well,
Trevor saying this is the best team that C-bomb's draft.
Thanks, Trevor. That's what I was going for. I was going for a Trevor-approved team. I should have took Rashad White. Sorry.
The Tank Dell pick, like I think that totally makes your like that changes your team for.
I would Tank Dell.
better.
If I didn't take Higgins, I was thinking Tank Dell.
Yeah,
think
I
it's a
don't
great
mind
pick.
the Tank Dell. I don't know. He could possibly, he's small, he's undersized, and he could possibly get injured again, just like he did last year. So I'm a little scared. I don't have much of him, so I took him. So
You should tell that to Alex, who seems to think that Tank Dale is a bona fide stud.
yeah, he could be the fourth option in that offense. I'm scared. So
He's your third receiver though.
It's
Too.
because we
Like,
tried
I
to
think he's gonna be great.
He was like overvaluing Tank Dell, in my opinion.
what do y'all
Tank
think?
Dell, wide receiver one. Come
What do y'all
on.
think of Lawrence falling all the way back to
Yeah,
what are
that's
you
that's
talking
JoJo?
about?
Yeah,
I was going to take I was going to take Lawrence over Williams, but then I was just like, yeah, I have Lawrence in a couple leads, but I can't believe he made it all the way back to JoJo there.
Yeah, he should have went. Somebody should have snapped him up. I mean, that would have been great value for us if we didn't already have two quarterbacks. But
Just a heads up, Sean, you got the next pick.
yep, you got the next pick, Sean.
All right.
Kincaid's off the board, so got to go in a different direction.
Damn it.
Wow, Chief Slice took the Chief. Who would have thought?
Yeah,
I feel like that could be good value there.
it is good
Makes
value.
you
He's
right.
not getting suspended.
Yeah,
Evan Ingram, huh? Damn, that was.
All right, we're
Are
on
we,
the clock.
are we sure Rice is their wide receiver one though?
Yeah,
No. Yeah, I think that's a good point. Yeah.
Even if he doesn't get suspended, we're not even sure he's going to stay in the role there. They had nobody last year. He's the one that stepped up. Don't get me wrong, but we're not sure.
yeah. I would bank on Rice.
I still think like in these rounds, like you get a piece of the Chiefs offense.
Yeah,
Whether it's the wide receiver 1 or 2. It's,
yeah. Getting a piece. Yeah, the most important thing is getting pieces on good offenses.
And that's why Tank Dell, I think, is a great pick there too.
Yeah.
Ugh,
That
that was.
totally gross there, Sean. That's totally
I know.
gross.
I did not like it.
Sean.
I did not like it.
I would have taken another running back over Monty.
I like Monty. I just think he's going to get a lot of touches.
I would have
think
took a fourth receiver there.
Yeah.
With the team you have, I'm taking a fourth receiver.
Hey, isn't your time over? What are you still doing in here?
No, I took the whole 7th round to me, okay? I was allotted the whole 7th round. I get to talk crap about your stupid Monte pick, who's not even the RB1 there.
God, after talking to Connor earlier today, his face is like a red apple right now compared to when it was earlier.
Yeah, I'm pissed off. I got to take a running back in round 3.
Oh my God. So if you got for few future drafters who have C-Bomb in your draft, just go ahead, and the whole plan is to make sure you force them to draft a running back in the top 3 picks, and then the rest of the draft will be fine. You guys will put them on tilt.
Hey, y'all like my draft. I got Trevor approval, okay?
Oh, that means a lot.
Trevor approval.
Well, Trevor is a RB loving person and thinks RBs need to be drafted above wide receivers.
Well, I'm not going to sit here and beat a dead horse because we've gone over this before, but I am in agreement with Trevor as far as redraft RB rankings.
I don't know if that's a compliment or an insult there. I haven't seen much of South Park, but do I sound like that? No.
Calvin Ridley. I don't know about that one there. I think I would have taken Keenan over that. Boom.
We had
I would not have.
In one of the leagues, we had Ridley going like the 2nd round of Guillotine League. That was kind of crazy.
I think people are too hype on Ridley.
Yeah, I agree.
Short stacks, he just falling off the wagon here.
Sean, help me out here for a sec. How
for it.
can you say that Ridley's going too high, but Keenan Allen isn't?
Because Keenan Allen is a proven far better receiver than
And
Ridley.
he's going to be the wide receiver 2 on his team.
Who's to say that? We don't know. Keenan has been like literally a target hog his entire career. He had one of the best seasons of his career last year. Who's to say that he's going to fall off the cliff, you know?
Oh, are we at the end of the round here?
We are.
We are, and I tried to add JoJo to the stage, but it looks like he's not.
What happened, JoJo?
I think that he's got his camera off, so I don't know if he wants to do audio only.
I think that happens when you draft too many rookies.
Yeah, no doubt. Roma Dunze? Come on, JoJo.
Is he staged right now? Let's unmute him.
It says that he's on the stage, but if he has his camera off, he might be able to talk. I don't. JoJo, you around?
Wait, no, Sarah. Look
muted.
Sarah, look at the comments.
What am I looking at here?
Did he say he's not going to be available?
Yeah, he won't be available for this one.
Okay,
no.
well then, let's
All
get
right.
TV.
You know what?
in
He
here.
probably got upset because of all the stuff you were talking, and he said, "I'm not doing this."
He got his feelings hurt. All right, we're gonna bring in TB. We're gonna bring in TB up in here.
This is fun.
All right, what's
All
up,
right,
my
timer's on.
Oh, he's a Panthers fan?
Butters? I love it.
Butters.
Oh, it's so good.
Oh my god.
All right, so introduce yourself, my friend.
He's on mute.
Is he? Let me unmute him real quick. Didn't look like it. Can you hear us, my friend? I don't know if he can hear us.
Want to do it like this, then don't do
TB, can you hear us? You're on the stage, and you're echoing. If you want to turn off your or turn down your YouTube sound.
Oh, that's probably why.
That makes sense. Hello? I was hoping for the echo.
Still hear it.
All right.
I think we're still in echo here.
Yeah. Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Oh no, there it is. Now, TB, can you turn your YouTube channel sound off, and then you can talk to us?
I'm gonna mute him for just a second while he gets that figured out, and we can kind of talk.
Sure.
Give
Yeah,
us the thumbs up, my friend, when you're ready to roll. Okay.
Yeah. Go ahead, guys. I'll set the timer for this pause.
Okay, guys.
So, what was our question for this round, Scotty? Did you have one?
I'm just still in shock and awe of the Roma Dunze pick.
Yeah, I mean, he's basically reaching for the stars right now with his draft so far at this point. It's like he decided when he had to take neighbors in his mind that at this point I'm going rookie heavy and, praying that they come out strong.
So this is what and this is the perfect example of JoJo's build about if you can't get the receivers where he got them, okay, he was not able to get these good receivers. So I probably would have passed on the running backs, and I would have double tapped quarterbacks at that point. I think his team would have looked a lot better.
You can't say that in hindsight now, though, because he didn't know at the time, and they were the best players at the time.
No, well, I mean, the way I draft, I would have double tapped quarterback. No way I'm taking running backs.
Looks like we got you back here. Are you good to go? Sounds like your volume's good to go, my friend. Can you hear us?
Working?
Yeah, there we are.
Oh,
How you doing?
Hey.
Awesome, man. Give us your
What's
name.
up, TB?
My name's Todd.
Todd?
Yep.
Where you from?
I'm from Flint, Michigan.
Flint.
Oh,
All
snap.
right. I'm from Michigan.
Lots of bottled water for you.
What is up, fellow Michigander? So how do you like your build so far?
Not my best, but I'm not that unhappy with it right now.
So when
like
I've
it.
been in a few drafts with you, so are you more like receiver quarterback? Or are you like getting those running backs if they're there? I mean, what's your typical build?
I try to go for the running backs more because they're more value to get some early.
Finally.
Got you. So no, I liked your build for like I said, the first three. I was a little critical about the Diggs pick and the Mixon pick, but you ended up getting Stafford at a pretty nice spot. Oh, we got to go to the next round. Keep them on.
Yeah, we can keep talking through this round.
Yeah, we can talk through this.
He's
round.
gonna have a pick coming up right here. He
Yeah.
might want to focus.
Yeah, we'll let you focus on your next pick, and then we'll get you back talking. But
Yeah, feel free to hang out if you want, or if you want to jump out, whatever you need to do for your pick, and then
no, just
we'll be
keep
here.
here.
I'm good.
Cool. Fuck your name, man. I love it.
Yeah.
So how come you decided to go with Diggs right there? What was your reasoning for that over like Brandon Ayuk per se?
I've had Ayuk in a few leagues. I don't know where he lands with the trade, if he stays, so I've shied a little bit away from it. I probably would have went Collins instead of Diggs
you're on the
right
clock.
there. But
Is that I love that's a Bryce Young jersey?
yeah.
Oh, cheers.
Oh, you're Gary's
Cheers.
best friend.
Comeback player of the year, 2024.
Ferguson.
Oh, Super Beasto.
I like that pick, TB. I like that pick for tight end.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I personally probably take Kittle just because I like Kittle a little bit more, but I don't hate that pick at that point either.
I like Ferguson because he's for sure. He could be by the middle to end of year. He could be the second target in that offense. I think he overtakes Brandon Cooks.
And, I think he starts out the second target in that offense.
Yeah, definitely. God damn it!
Right in front of us. Hey, why do I open in my big mouth?
Who's on the clock? Oh,
it's Ken.
Oh no,
Ken, you were going for Kittle, huh? Was that a snipe?
No,
it would have been a snipe for me.
Me too.
Kittle would have been great right there.
I know. I was so hoping he fell to us.
Again, I'm being a homer.
And it wouldn't really bother me if we had Debo and Kittle, because I think you're investing in the offense. You're investing in the offense.
Zamir White.
Oh,
come on, they needed better running backs on the board.
I'm sorry. I would take Zamar White over Monty every single day of the week.
What about Najee? I'd take Najee over him. Come on. You know it too. You're looking at yourself going, son of a gun.
Well, just to let you guys know that you Joes are really sniping us pros here.
So let's let TB talk about a little bit more on his build.
Yeah, go ahead, TB.
Yeah, I really like the Ferguson, especially where it's going. I think the value is going to be a great pick there. Yeah. The Diggs mix, and I'm a little shy on too.
Quarterback when you took him too. Yeah, I think Stafford pick right there was a great pick.
Yeah. I think the Stafford pick makes up for when you passed on Lawrence. So, you did good with that.
It's awesome. Oh, look, and there goes Najee. Surprise, surprise.
I ain't worried about it.
I'm just glad that I'm not the only one that made a bonehead running back pick so far.
Yeah, Trevor said
definitely C+ brothers tonight.
I don't know. I feel like C-Bomb, you, and me just are the three musketeers for making running back mistakes.
All right, so he got his tight end in Bowers. All right, so
hey, Sarah agreed with me for once.
All right, we're gonna go with TB. TB, what's your what build do you like out of all these teams?
And you can't say yours.
And you can't say yours. Which one would be like, man, that's a damn good build?
A lot of them are just so even throughout. I've seen. So I thought from the beginning this was going to be really tough.
What players got sniped from you? We'll go to that one. What players did you want and you were like, damn, I just got sniped?
I would have taken Collins instead of Diggs.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And I probably would have taken. Maybe would have taken Pacheco over Henry, but that's probably about it. I still like Henry though.
I think you got the right one there.
I think you got the right one in Henry.
Yeah, me too.
What about you? What about you, Gary? What do you like about this round? Who was good value?
I think I like Kittle right there. I think to get your first tight end right there, and Kittle's could be a top 5 tight end easily. I think that's great value. I also like Christian Watson. That's about where he goes though, so it's not like
I think that's a little early for him from what I'm used to seeing. Not that it's early in my opinion, because I like him too, but I think it's earlier than he normally goes.
No, you're right. Yeah, I was starting to get focused on who we're going to take here because now we're in kind of reach territory. We're in get your guy.
Man, look at Connor just digging a bigger grave. Wow.
Wow. So Sean, you didn't like the Bowers pick?
No. I mean, if we're going to talk about the worst value, then there it is. Like, good Lord, my friend.
I got to talk. Okay, so
I think he just like is going crazy and he's losing it.
We got to put Ken on the spot. Ken, why do you think Zamir White's a good pick there?
Because there's no one else there for me to warrant that Zamir White is not going to be the lead back.
Next round.
Hey, let's give Todd a chance to dip out of here. Thanks a lot, my friend. We appreciate you coming on.
Thanks a lot, TB.
Oh
Look
no.
who's here. He's got the black hat.
Oh no! Bring Todd back. Bring Todd back in.
He's ready to go. Look at him. He's ready. He's got all black in business.
You know it.
How's
it going, man? So I guess I'm a pretty unpopular pick in this draft, huh?
You knew you were doing. Don't come in here acting all like quiet. Like, oh, what's going on?
Trying to make it easy for you guys. You guys want to win. I mean, I guess I'm giving you guys the victory here.
I just think you got a little. All the drafts that I see you in, and it seems like you always have the 12 hole or the 11 hole, and you always have the greatest start with the double tap wide receivers. In this draft, I think you got really flustered, and after there were no receivers there at the end of the first round, and you had to completely abandon ship and go to a different build that you didn't want to go to.
I mean, maybe you could say that. I'm just trying to make some good content here.
I would like to give JoJo credit.
Whoa.
That I absolutely love the Godwin pick.
Gotta have a floor pick. I mean, you guys been.
I love
the rookies are kind of shooting fire in a barrel there, but I mean, I gotta have some kind of floor with Godwin.
Yeah,
I'll explain some more stuff with my picks. I mean, Jane Daniels, guys. I mean, isn't there a path for him to finish as a top 10 fantasy quarterback, maybe even a top 7, top 5?
I mean,
like,
there's always a path, right?
Yeah, there's a path.
Okay. So why is it such a bad pick?
It's a really wooded path that's really hard to find, and if you don't have some breadcrumbs to follow, you're probably not going to make it. Like but there is a path. Like,
wait, I didn't understand a word you just said there about breadcrumbs. Are we doing Hansel and Gretel here, or what are we doing here?
Basically, it's a difficult path to travel, my friend.
Okay, got it. There you go. You got to dumb it down for me, man. You know. Anyway, so no. My thing is that so you were right, Sean. Actually, I do have some stats for you.
Gary, you're on the clock.
So
Gary's pick.
Every single year,
I'm gonna have to tell Sean what to pick here.
Oh, okay, got you. Go ahead. You can pick. Go ahead.
Okay. There's 3 guys I love, and I think I'm gonna reach a little bit because I think this guy will outperform the other 2.
I know where he's going.
Man, let me look at our team real quick.
I know. I think I know where he's going.
I'm just going to continue to sit my mouse just right here waiting.
Because right now we got Zamir White in the flex.
So I'm gonna go with Jackson Smith and Jigba.
Oh, you son of a God.
JSN. All right.
JSN. I think he has a big year. I was thinking like him, Xavier Worthy, or Ladd McConkey, and I was really tempted to take Ladd McConkey because we have Herbert.
It had nothing to do with me circling him the entire time you were deciding.
I didn't see that. You were saying, but I just don't know what to expect from the Chargers offense, and I don't think it's that great of an idea to get in too deep when you're not really sure who the one's going to be there and get the quarterback and the receiver. And
would have gave us the stack though. Man.
I do love stacks. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
but I love JSN. I don't know why his ADP is so low, to be honest.
Yeah, I think he takes most of Lockett's targets this year.
Yeah.
In my opinion. I'm not saying it for sure going to happen, but that's just what I think.
Gary, I expected you to take Bryce Young.
So I know that you could usually get Bryce Young a lot later. So the only time
He's right about that.
Which means it's a great thing that Ken just brought his name up, right?
Yeah. Well,
I don't want him on the team.
People won't take him. We could talk about him all night, and he'll drop all the way to the 15th.
Actually, no, JoJo will probably take him.
Nah.
There,
I mean, I still want to
taking
explain my
more.
Jay Daniels pick, guys. I mean, I'm still waiting here.
Oh,
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah,
man.
yeah. Sorry. Go.
No. I mean, I just think that I think it might be forgotten that every single year that Kyler Murray was with Cliff Kingsbury, he had 3,700 yards or more in each of the years he was there. I think there was 1,250 rush yards last year in college football as he was the Heisman Trophy winner with 12 rushing touchdowns. You got to remove the sack numbers there to get the 1,250, but 20 of 31 quarterbacks who had 500 rush yards or more, 65% of them finished as top 10 fantasy point scorers for the season. 45% of those finished as top 5 fantasy point scorers for the season, and even 35% of those finished as top 3. So I think if he can have that 3,700 yard season plus a 500 rush yard season, he's in the realm of possibility of finishing as a top 10 to top 3 fantasy player, not just quarterback.
The only thing I'm worried about Jaden Daniels. Now, I do like the rushing because I put my money where my mouth is. Me and Ken did. We bet the over on his rushing prop, which was 500 yards for the season. So I know he's gonna run like hell, but that's what I'm kind of afraid of. I'm afraid he's gonna drop back, take a first read, and then just take off. So I mean, getting to 3,700 passing yards, I mean, I'm thinking more like closer to maybe like 33, 32, maybe, because I think he's just gonna run. And
Round's over.
And with that frame that he has, which, you know, he's not really a big guy, he's going to be taking a lot of unnecessary hits. So I would worry about, I'd worry that he'd be able to stay healthy for the whole time.
100%. I think there's a lot of injury risk when it comes to rushing, running backs, anybody, rushing QBs definitely have that risk. Running backs have that risk. But I'm just drafting as if I'm right. That's it. That's all I can do.
Yeah.
Draft as if you're right. So that just explains that one there. I went with a stack to close that round.
There you go.
Oh, nice.
I love the Trevor Lawrence pick. I mean, I can't believe he fell to you. It's like,
yeah, I think that saved your squad.
Appreciate it. Yeah, I got the tight end one there. I'm going to probably go running back here.
I do agree with that.
Running back here.
I like tight end one.
JoJo's team if it was a dynasty league.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of young guys here. But I typically still draft young regardless of the format. I think it's really plus EV to be drafting first and second year players, first to third year players actually. So I think these guys are in great spots. Brian Thomas has an opportunity to be wide receiver 1. Dunze may not be that popular, but there is still a path there too.
It is a young man's game. It is a young man's game for sure.
Well said.
JoJo, what build here do you like other than not counting yourself?
I wouldn't even count myself as the best build, to be honest with you. But I think there was one. Short stack is doing pretty well. I'm a big guy in Pacheco. He's got.
Sorry, I just threw up my mouth a little when you said that.
I'm sorry. Short stack. I like the double quarterback in the early round. The only thing that he's lacking is receivers, but he can go by volume. Receivers are easy to come by. So if he focuses on that, I think he can round out his team pretty well. But he's got a pretty well structured team.
Was there any consideration of you taking? Oh, go ahead.
Well, I'm ready to go. I got my guy ready. Here we go.
Got your pick.
Jaylen Warren, baby. One of the big breakouts, man. You guys actually let me have 2 of the top 3 running backs and get Jaylen Warren. Y'all in some trouble.
Yeah.
All right, guys. We're gonna bring on our last and 10th round. El Presidente, Alex coming into the scene here.
Oh, Alex coming in.
Mr. Westlex himself.
Yeah, just him in.
What's happening, everybody?
Alex?
Whoops. Sorry, guy. Didn't know someone else brought him in.
Alex, do you wish you were in this?
Sorry,
game?
Sarah.
No, I'm having a blast over here listening to you guys. This has been a great episode so far, everybody. I like that we got to meet Todd. We got to meet Tony tonight. I think that was a special treat.
Yes.
I like everybody's philosophies here, getting to know their strategies. I do agree that the RBs seem like they're more important this year, and Jonathan Taylor and the third driving C-bomb crazy was probably my best moment of the night.
So, Alex, you think this
so
draft
wait a
is
minute.
going?
Go ahead, Scott. I just wanted to verify something with Alex, but I'll do it later.
Go ahead, Sean. Go ahead.
Oh, I just wanted to say that I just want to make sure that Alex reiterated the fact that, running backs are important in redraft, and we should consider them sooner than others.
Well, it's funny because this year it seems like the RBs are the first
You're up,
wild
Sarah.
guy up.
I'm so sorry. I got to give you my pick here. Look, you guys, I know we don't have a tight end, but I think that we need our backup quarterback. And I know that Bryce Young is not a favorite pick, and I'm a Danny Dimes hater. So let's take Drake May.
I like it.
With the rook.
Let's get a rook on there.
Good
Okay.
pick. You need us to do it? Here, I can do it real quick for you, Sarah.
Yeah, please. Thank you so much. Thanks. All right, guys.
Yep.
Please.
Go ahead.
You guys' team is definitely compiled by 5 different minds.
That might be a bad thing.
So that's a good question, though. How many other picks than the one you took do you agree with so far? I mean, right now I would say that I agree with 2 or 3, but that's about it.
Of our picks?
Yeah, I would have taken a different player than probably like 2 of the other picks, maybe 3 the most.
I feel bad for Ken. I think he got sniped with Purdy, but I think I would have taken Goff over Herbert.
I didn't like the Montgomery pick, to be honest, and seeing McLaurin and Jalen Ridley go afterwards.
I knew it.
That's why I asked the question. I knew my pick was going to be the one everybody hated.
Yeah, it's just I can't bring myself to take Monty. I'm just a McLaurin fan. I think it's a McLaurin year, and building that flex, that strong wide receiver flex is pretty critical for me.
More critical than that second running back that you have to play every week.
Oh my God.
Well, I think I would have just hoped that Stevenson or Zamir White would have made it back, around, and Zamir did. So, him that. So my favorite build here is actually Shawnee Mark. Is that his name?
Shawnee Mack.
He's gone the hero RB build. He skipped running back the first 5 rounds, but he ended up with Kenneth Walker, who has a chance to crack top 12, maybe top 15. And then you just piece together your RB2.
All right. So this is, let the listeners know, this is the last round that we're stopping. So we're going to evaluate this round, and then we're going to continue the draft. We'll keep the draft board up, and then we will start evaluating teams, starting with C-Bombs at number 1 all the way through. I feel by the time we finish that, we should be pretty close to the draft. Are we going to drop the time? Are we dropping the timer to 30 seconds?
Yeah, that was the question on hand here. I think that's probably a good idea.
Drop it to 30.
Okay, well, I'm going to jump off, but before I do, I just want to let everybody watching know that we do have 5 mid-stakes leagues left to fill for the redraft game. And then, like we talked about at the end of the pod, we're going to give away the free entry to the best ball game, and then we're going to kick that thing off. We'll open the gates up tomorrow morning. You guys join. The link will be posted. Pay in to save your spot, and they're 10-team leagues, so they fill pretty fast. So we'll get you all started up tomorrow for that.
Alex, do you think we should do another one of these next week?
Definitely in the books, man. This is a good time. I hope you guys all enjoyed it like I did.
All right,
Thanks, Alex.
we'll have to see what the listeners want to do if we can get this thing filled up before next week.
El Presidente has to be a part of it.
I mean, even if we do a bonus pod on a different, time and date or something to make it more accessible for everybody, I'm willing to do whatever it takes. This is a lot of fun.
Yep.
Dude,
Connor,
my days off are Sunday and Monday, so we'll see.
I don't know what the best part is, that El Presidente came in and roasted Sean, or just I think that has to be the best part of the pod so far.
Oh man! All right, guys, we'll see you later.
All right, thanks, Alex.
All right, guys.
What do you guys think about just bringing? We can Tony's still in here. I'm sure Connor wants to keep talking. We can just keep bringing guys in, chat about.
I'm in here to see about he thinks about his squad here.
Well, let's go down each team.
Who's picking for us right quick before we go through his team?
Oh, it's Scott.
I am.
Okay, Scott. So you're up next. So be ready to roll, and I'll go ahead and highlight C-Bomb squad.
Let's do it.
So let's recap the squad so far. We'll start with pick 1. He took 1.1. He took the best quarterback in football, Josh Allen. Everybody knows he's the 1.1. We're not even going to argue that one. And then we got Marvin Harrison at 212, Jonathan Taylor 3-1, Jalen Waddle 412, Caleb Williams 5-1, Alvin Kamara 612, Tank Dell 7-1, Brock Bowers 812, Zach Moss 9-1, Jacoby Myers 10-12, and Khalil Shakir at 11-1. Go ahead and give us a little breakdown on why you did it, C-Bomb, before we tear you apart. You got to unmute. Let's give us a second here, brother. There we go.
I got you. So none of the guys really fell to me that I wanted, so I was kind of forced to take Marvin Harrison there. I think I have a couple of guys actually over Marvin Harrison, but I was kind of afraid of their quarterback play and didn't really want them as my wide receiver ones, like Adams and Olave. Taylor, I just knew with the people I was drafting with that a running back run was going, and it did. And I was just nervous about that, and then what I would get back to me, and I really didn't love any of the players there. So I was like, I'll mix it up a little bit. Went Taylor, was able to get Waddle. I thought was a good value there. Caleb Williams, I'm still a little scared of. I was considering Lawrence. Love the Kamara pick. Love the Tank Dell pick. Bowers, I'm pretty high on Bowers this year. Just think he was the best player in that tier. And then Zach Moss I'm high on. And then I got a couple of receivers that have wide receiver 2, wide receiver 1 upside. So
I definitely like your later round picks. Once you got past the Bowers pick, because obviously we all know how I felt about that one at the time.
Yeah.
But I do like the Zach Moss pick there, and then I like Jacoby Myers and Khalil Shakir where you took them, because at that point, you're reaching for the upside aspect with Shakir, and I do agree that Shakir has the potential to be the best wide receiver in that offense. So, yeah, I'm definitely happy with your later round picks. I like your first pick, obviously. I like Waddle. I like Kamara. I like Dell. So overall, I'm not super against your squad. I think you're hating yourself a little too much when you talk bad about it.
Running backs, man. The running backs. Ken, I want to hear Ken. Ken has been begging me. He wants to be
I'm trying to get mine out of the way so that Ken can go ahead and just go to town,
He wants to give me a talk after the pod. Like, you gotta stick to the running backs, or you gotta stick to the receivers. No running backs.
Crap, Chris.
No, it's just funny because I know how you and I draft in general, and to see you take a.
Did we just lose Ken? Did he freeze? Oh, there he is.
Oh, he's back. He's back.
I just thought it was kind of funny because I think I've done a lot of drafts with you or seen a lot of drafts that you've done. And I just think it was kind of funny to see you take a running back as early as you did.
Yeah, it hurt. It was like physical pain.
But I can also tell that I don't think that from rounds 2 to the round right before Bowers, I don't think that you really got anyone that your top guys that you usually target. So to see you pivot from your normal draft was kind of interesting to see.
What do you mean? What do you mean by top target? Like, you think there's good value there? You think there's
I don't mind your picks. I actually, I think you're like in the upper tier of the teams, but I just think from how I've seen you draft before, I can tell that this is a draft where you just got sniped a lot more than usual, and you just had to pivot to different areas.
Yeah, I usually when I draft from the 1 or 2 spot, I usually have guys that just fall right in my lap, and I think maybe the only one is Tank Dell that I feel like maybe dropped, or maybe Kamara. I love Kamara, but I believe that's about right where he goes ADP wise, but I don't think anybody really fell in my lap in this draft, which I think is a testament to all the people in this draft. I mean, all
for
the
sure.
good drafters.
This was definitely a very strong field of drafters. So, not a lot of guys the only guy that really stands out to me is Trevor Lawrence that kind of dropped where he shouldn't have. But other than that, everybody, I'm sure JoJo was probably expecting at least one of those elite receivers to make it to him, and they didn't. So, very, very good job with the drafters. But we got to move on. We're up against it, and we want to get through all these picks. So go to team 2. Sean,
I think we need to, Connor, while you're here real quick, go in there and adjust it at the end of this round. I think we're on a 10-second timer right now, and it should be 30, correct?
It's 30. I think your draft, for some reason, is messed up. It switches to 15, and then it says it's time's up, but time's actually not up. There's still like 20 seconds left.
Okay, so it's just my screen that's
It's
messing
just
up.
your screen, yeah.
Okay, no worries. I just want to make sure everybody has enough time to make their pick.
Yep, Mr. been doing this.
Awesome. All right. So let's let Gary start off since he didn't get a chance to chat about Connor's team.
Go ahead, Gary.
Sorry, I don't mean to take over, Scott. I'm just trying to help out.
No. Like I said, that's cool. We got to get it going. We got to move on. So go ahead, Gary.
No, this is let's just take a look at his team real quick. This is a pretty solid team. And this is the way I like to build a team, where I get like one solid quarterback, like a Mahomes, and then just wait it out, get some skill players, like getting Barkley. Kyron was a little bit early, but I still think it's a decent pick. And 3 good receivers. Baker Mayfield as your second QB. I don't think that's anything to sneeze at. I like that. And I love Deontay Johnson right there. He reached to most people. People think he reached. I think Deontay Johnson's a number 1 wide receiver on that team, and I think they're going to do a lot better this year. So just personally, I love that pick. And I also love Freiermuth. I think that's a great value pick right there as well. I think he's going to excel in an Arthur Smith offense that's always been really, really generous to the tight ends. And, well, you got Aiden O'Connell. It's not that great, but like everything else, I really like to
do something like that.
You're up. You're coming up, Ken.
Do you need us to pick the pick for you?
Nah, I don't think so.
Okay, as long as you can knock it out on your screen. So, what do you think, Scott?
I like Ben's team. Like I said, I'm more of a receiver drafter, but I like his 3 receivers. I mean, Devontae Smith's almost like a number 1, and he's still got 3 number 1 receivers. I mean, you get DJ Moore, Christian Kirk, which are both number 1s, and Devontae Smith, which is like, I think very, very strong, 1B receiver in that offense, loaded up with the 2 running backs. And like Gary said, for not taking the quarterback and waiting, Baker Mayfield's not a bad number 2. Najee Harris pick was nice, but I like his team a lot. He filled it out really nice, especially being able to wait on receiver. So I really like that one a lot. Let's move on to Chiefs, and we'll let Sean, or let's see, we'll go with Sean. Yeah, go ahead and start breaking down Chiefs team.
So, I mean, I don't hate the CD pick, of course. I think you could take him or Hill as the wide receiver 1, and I don't have any issue with that at all. I personally think I would have went running back just because of the depth issues, but I get that receiver is heavy for a lot of people, so good for you, I'm not a huge fan of Stacks, but Dak is a good value at that point, so I don't mind that pick at all. I like the ETN pick. Laporta in the 4th round I thought was a good pick at that point, late in the 4th. That's about where I think he should go, if not a little sooner. The Rashid White pick wasn't my favorite, but based on ADP and whatnot, it's not a bad value for him at that point. The Rodgers pick there, I probably would have went a different route with the Lawrence over White personally, but it's okay because he was able to get a guy who could be a solid quarterback for him as long as he's healthy and stays there. So Rashid Rice, longer it takes, the more it looks like he's not going to get suspended, so that could turn out to be an amazing pick at that point in the draft. Watson, I feel the same way if he stays healthy. Both those guys could be wide receiver 1s. He's looking at 3 wide receiver 1s if that happens, right? And then he still has solid running back, quarterback, and tight end depth. So the build, I think, worked out well for him as far as the way the board fell after he initially started with the tight end, or with the wide receiver, I'm sorry. So, it's not too bad. Sam Darnold, I feel like at that point was a little bit of a reach. I think maybe he got kind of freaked out by the Aiden O'Connell pick and felt like he needed that 3rd quarterback, so he went ahead and grabbed him. But, Jerome Ford at that point, I think that's a really good pick there. If Chubb doesn't come out healthy, then you're looking at the RB1 for Cleveland. So, otherwise it's not bad. I wouldn't put it in the top, 3 or so, but it's not anywhere close to the bottom.
Okay. Well, before we get into the one more quick analysis, Alex wrote in to let you listeners know that don't forget to like and subscribe to this video, and there will be a freebie shuffle that will come at the end of the podcast. So we'll put that up there real quick. Yeah, we got to get moving. So we're just going to go right to the next team, and we're going to let Ken lead off with what team is this?
Bada Bing 6611.
Bada Bing. Yeah, I like his team. Go ahead, Ken.
So I'm a fan of his team. I like the McCaffrey pick. And then, as I mentioned before, Garrett Wilson. Yes, he sniped me with Purdy. But what I like about his team is like these are all guys that are going to get points, and they're going to be consistent. You know, you have Garrett Wilson with Rodgers back, which I think good wide receiver one. But then, of course, Evans is good, Metcalf is good, and Deshaun Watson. Even though I think he is not my favorite, I still think Cooper's going to have a good season. So I like that. Ingram, I think he'll end up in top 10 again with points scored this year. So I think that's another good pick. And I kind of like it because he focused on wide receiver.
You're up.
Oh, yeah.
He focused on wide receiver in the upper part of the draft, and then the lower part he just focused on, mid-level
Let's
running
go with,
back.
sorry, I'm going to have to jump in to tell. I got to tell
Go ahead.
Shannon
Just
pick here.
just shout it out.
Leggett. Let's take Leggett.
Okay.
So I don't know. I'm a big fan of his team. The only thing I don't like is I don't like Watson as my wide receiver, as my QB2. But rather than that, I think his team will be in the upper part of fighting for playoffs at the end of the season.
Got you. All right. Unmute JoJo, please.
All right, JoJo.
All right,
He's
JoJo. You get to evaluate our team.
Oh, the pod team, huh? Okay, well that's an F. I'm just kidding. No, let's. I'm sorry, I'm just catching up here. You guys just pick Leggett. Let me drop down my screen so I can see the thing here. Okay, cool. I mean, you started off with Tyreek Hill, and Deebo Samuel, T. Higgins. I love the receiving core. I'm not a big fan of Jahan Dotson, but again, we're like at the nitty gritty here, coming down around 13. But that's just one of my.
You just have to find something.
I'm sorry.
It's a C+ pick. That's okay. We know.
We just have to find something wrong.
Oh yeah, that wasn't he on your squad too? That I rated a C+. Ken?
Yeah, 100%.
Josh Jacobs. The only thing I would say about Josh Jacobs is Matt LaFleur is notorious for using a 2-back system. So having him as your RB1 could be a little interesting there. Demont also another guy, but you guys kind of went 0 RB. So I mean, hey, you kind of have to conquer with volume here. I like that Chuba Hubbard hit pick by Chiefs Life, who just went right now. I think he's going to be the starter like weeks 1 through 6. Maybe, depending on the health of Jonathan Brooks, but I think that's a great pickup right there for him. Get back to your guys' squad. Overall,
Hey,
I'm just going to wrap it
sorry,
up here.
JoJo, I just got to put my pick out real quick here.
Go ahead.
I hate where I'm slotted to pick for us. This really sucks. So let's go ahead and just take Auden. Cade.
Nice.
All right,
I think that's the right pick at that point.
Yeah.
Solid pick. Overall, just wrap it up. I mean, you guys got the balance with you got your 3 QBs. Although Drake May, it seems like I don't know if you guys heard the Jared Mayo pressers. It just seems like they're going to move him pretty slowly. So
yeah,
whether he'll be available for a week 5 bye for Herbert, you guys might be playing someone else in a super flex spot. That would be those Josh Jacobs, and that would be like my only nitpick. So as usual, Ken, C+ work, guys. Good job.
Good job. Thanks.
All right, let's mute JoJo and move on.
All right, so move on.
Thanks, brother.
I love how he has a bigger issue with my Dotson pick than your Montgomery pick.
I did too. That was nice.
All right, let's go to the next.
Shawnee Mack, 24.
Go ahead. You know what? I know Connor's pretty frustrated, so let him break this team down.
So you give him one of the best teams to talk about?
Yeah, this is. I mean,
I got to brighten his spirits.
I think this is a pretty good squad. I'm a little worried about the Kirk Cousins pick. Not worried, but a little. I think that's probably a reach there.
I would have taken Lawrence there. I agree.
Yeah, I think I would have taken Lawrence, or maybe just taken another skill guy and hope Kirk falls down to you. I understand why he took him because he wants to stack him with London, but I still feel like that's kind of a reach there. I love the spot he got Kittle in. Really like the spot he got McLaurin in. I probably wouldn't have taken a third quarterback that early. I understand it because he has Richardson, who's kind of injury prone, but I'm not sure Russell Wilson was the guy.
Yeah, I wouldn't have taken Wilson over the guys who fell to him behind that, and Bryce Young and Daniel Jones. I don't think he's better than either of them.
And I agree. His running back core has some high upside guys, has some guys that can get some carries. I mean, Eckler, Edwards, Charbs. I mean, they all up to 3 could easily be the RB1s there. I mean, Kenneth Walker. I mean, he has. I mean, that's what I'm saying. He has both Kenneth Walker and Charbs. So, overall, I like his team a lot. I think he reached on maybe a couple picks, but besides that, I mean, he got his guys. So,
this is what a C-bomb team should look like.
It is, except I'm not picking Richardson over Murray, but that's a chat for another day.
All right.
I love the team build. You're correct, Sean or Ken.
All right, let's go to the next.
My name, jeez.
Let's go to the next team, and we'll lead off with Gary.
All right, let's see here.
You're looking at the Mamas Pop, the Vimis Papa League.
Vimis Papa. Yeah, I mean, this is not a lot of complaints here. I mean, I know he waited on running back. I like these guys though. If you're gonna wait and get Swift and Stevenson, it's not bad. He took Bryce Young. You know, I love that in the 11th.
Horrible.
In the 11th round, with the guys that you're picking around for a first round pick, who's got a completely different offense, brand new offensive line, new weapons, like new offensive coordinator, new head coach. I think there's a lot to look forward to. I think he could do a lot better than everybody else that you can pick there, and he's your third quarterback, so it's just a great value. And he probably will never play him. He's got Hurts and Burrow, so it's just playing total upside. But yeah, this is like a pretty solid team. I like Trey McBride too. That's who I wish we took in that round, because we didn't get any. Our tight end is Goddard
instead of Jacobs.
And I love Pickens there too. So there's some and Ayuk. So he had some guys just drop to him. Olave, Ayuk, Pickens. Those are 3 great wide receivers to drop to you after you took 2 quarterbacks. I actually really like this team now that I'm looking at it more. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I agree with you. I think this is it might be the best team overall when it's all said and done, in my opinion.
Yeah, he's definitely got a good team. All right, next team, and we'll start with Ken.
Is it my pick on the draft right now, Scott?
Yeah, you're coming up, Sean.
Okay, let me make that real quick, because I'm gonna have to use it on the screen before we jump to the next team, so it doesn't mess up the screen. I'm trying to see who's the right player for us. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna take Drew Lock. No, I'm just kidding.
We could use some quarterback.
I've got a hope for that later, in my opinion.
Yeah, there ain't.
I think I know who I'm taking. I'm taking Ray.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Ray answer.
Yeah.
All right. Next team.
All right, so
go ahead, Ken.
It's Batulak.
This team's okay. I like how he started with JJ and Gibbs, but I think he waited too long to take a quarterback. I would have taken Goff over Adams in that spot. Tua, Geno, and Daniel Jones, who sucks at football and shouldn't even be in the league. It's just his team will probably be a mid to bottom tier team, just because I don't trust Kupp really to stay healthy anymore. On top of that, and I don't know, I just see a lot of question marks across the board too. So I like some of his later picks for depth, but if you're wanting guys to go out there and just get you those points, this team does not scream that. So I just think it's some of his earlier picks that there were a lot better options.
Gotcha. All right. Good evaluation there.
It's better than JoJo's though.
Scott,
right.
Scott, you take this team. It's not Love. It's not your favorite player, Lamar Jackson. I want to hear it.
All right, I'll take Short Stack's team. So I like to, obviously, being a quarterback extremist I am, I love obviously the first two picks. You lock in your book in quarterbacks every week. You don't have to worry about them spots. You just book it, put them in there. There's your 25 points a week, 20 to 25 floor, possibly 30, 35 upside. So I really like that start. I would have taken Henry over Pacheco. I just think Henry's in for a 14 to 15 touchdown year. I mean, he'll fall in the end zone 10 times. So I would have taken probably Henry over Pacheco. Love the Kelsey pick. Kelsey should not get out of the fourth round. And in my opinion, it's really close between him and Laporta, but you can't go wrong with Travis Kelsey. I absolutely despise Devin Achane. I cannot stand Devin Achane. I would definitely win James Cook right there, or Trevor Lawrence, or not Trevor Lawrence, James Cook right there. I just think that Achane's going to get probably maybe 7 to 8, 9 carries a week. It touches if that, and that's really about it. And then you worry about the injury factor. Love Zay Flowers. I'm a little higher on Calvin Ridley than probably most people are. I mean, we still don't know if it's going to be him or Hopkins is the number one receiver in that offense, but that offense is transitioning into a passing offense. So it's going to be Levis throwing probably 30 to 35 times a game. And, it really should get definitely get some pretty good volume. And then he went and came back. And I really love this pick. I love getting Will Levis. It's a third quarterback. He's upside. He handles your bye weeks. And God forbid, if you had an injury to your top two guys, you can slide him right in. I didn't like this pick at all. You already have Calvin Ridley, and you go and you take Hopkins.
Y'all just timed out, by the way.
Oh, is it my turn?
Yeah, Johnny Smith, though, not bad pick. He was in my queue. Good job.
Nobody told me.
I didn't even realize either. My bad.
You want me to take
Who
him
was
off?
it? Was it Ken?
No, it was my pick. I'm sorry.
Ken was dropping the ball.
Yeah, it's
Rattled. I'm just kidding.
That's all right, I guess.
It's all right. That's
Hey, Johnny Smith right there it's a good pick for us.
I thought I was in the 19th, not the 18th. That's my bad.
Who's next right now? Do you want to just take the next one and we'll just add it?
No, that's fine.
Gary, Gary gets the next one.
So not to rattle off too much, but I'll just throw some other picks I liked. I like the Raheem Mostert pick, a lot. He backed it up with Jalen Wright, which I'm not crazy about handcuffs, but I mean it's not a bad handcuff. I like the Jermaine Burton pick a lot. Don't like the Penix pick. I don't think he plays this year. DJ Chark sucks at football, and Ben Sinnott, I like him better actually over Dalton Schultz. So that's my analysis right there.
Man, I mean, I just before you go to the next team, I think the Achane hate has gone long enough, and C-Bomb will back me up on this too. The Achane hate is just absurd. I don't understand why you think it's just bad. Like, I think I was looking at your RB ranks. You had him at 25. That is egregious.
No,
why?
Not because Mostert's going to get the big volume between the tackles, and then if he goes down, everyone thinks if he goes down, everyone thinks Achane's just going to step in that role. He's not.
No, I don't think so. I think it's going to be more of a level playing field across the board. I think Achane's volume is going up a little bit.
All right, I'm going to jump in here. Sean, you got to pick for me, okay?
Go for it. Are we on the board?
Yeah, we're on the board. I think I'm going to take Trey Sermon here.
Trey Sermon.
We're down in the gutter here at this point, but I think that's a good backup.
Type it in.
It's right there. You missed it.
I was gonna say.
I agree with JoJo. I think his volume goes up. I don't have him as high as some people, but he averaged like a touchdown a carry last year. It was kind of absurd the way.
Yeah, that's not sustainable. It's not sustainable.
That's what they said last year. It's like sustainable, but people didn't want to touch him last year, and he was scoring 40 points a game. I mean,
and then he's out injured. There's too many mouths to feed in that offense, and people think he's going to just go through the roof with volume. He's going to.
Do you think that Miami's going to blow out people at the rate they were blowing out people last year? I say no. I don't think they're going to blow out as many people. I think that's also unsustainable at the rate they were blowing people out. I mean, the 70 to 21 game is not is an outlier. I think that the thing that's going to uptick in Devon Achane's arsenal is the passing game, and then this is after all passing volume running backs are what we're all after here. I think that's what's the really big uptick in his game. I think he's a top 10 running back. I mean, all things considered. I don't understand a 25 ranking. I mean, if he misses games, you're absolutely right. But I'm not playing that way to miss games. Again, we're trying to predict injuries here. We're doing the wrong thing.
So I got a comment and a question. So I think A-Chain's big thing, and I agree more with Scott on this. I don't know about rank 25 though. I feel like that's really low for what his upside could be. However, I feel like last year it seemed like every single game he either had to come out or there was just like he had to come out for like an injury or something. I just don't think with him being a small back that he's gonna be able to handle the load like a bigger built running back. So my question is to, I guess, C-Bomb and JoJo and even you, Scott, what's your, if A-Chain's so good and stuff, why did Miami go out and draft
Mostert to replace Mostert?
That's a Mostert replacement, 100%. Yeah. He's 32 years old.
Well, right, and I don't disagree with that. So you guys don't think at all, right? Well, as soon as Mostert's done and off Miami's team, you don't think Wright will cut into A-Chain at all?
I think it'd be the same that it is now. Wright would just replace Mostert, and then A-Chain's going to get all the all the heavy duty carries.
So my point, the point I try to make is where a Chain is being drafted, he's being drafted in the same area as 3-down backs or backs that are like high volume backs. To me, a Chain is a satellite back.
Oh, I'm so sorry to interrupt you. I just wanted to tell Sean my pick, and it's not our pick yet, so keep going for 10 more seconds.
No, it's okay. Well, actually, yeah. Are we on what team are we on next? TBs? Because we got 2 more teams and or 3 more teams. And I want
all right. Well, I don't like any of these options, so let's try. Let's go ahead and grab Mr. Claypool and see if he does anything.
What team are we on? Oh, we got one. All right, go ahead.
Go Bills.
Claypool isn't cut yet.
Go ahead, Gary. Break down TB's team.
All right, let's take a look. Yeah, so this team started out like you were saying. He kind of went off the rails a little bit with Diggs and Mixon. Mixon's not so bad. Diggs is a little early. I think Stafford was an early pick. Could have got Mayfield there. Then again, Stafford could do pretty well. I think this is just sort of middle of the tier kind of team, pretty balanced. He starts off really strong, and then I'm not sure how the rest of his roster is going to do. But I like some of these late picks. Not a fan of Quentin Johnson, but love Vidal back here at the 16th. And yeah, I don't know. Is there anything else you guys kind of see that pops out on his team? I think it's just sort of.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of taking a running back and a wide receiver on the same squad and back-to-back picks like that.
Right.
Like Diggs and the Mixon back-to-back.
Good offense, though.
Do you think Diggs is overdrafted regardless?
I absolutely think Diggs is overdrafted. Yeah, I absolutely do. I think people are still drafting him like he's a wide receiver 1, and I just don't think he is.
He's not getting 160 targets again. Yeah, that's for
sure. I would have taken every single other wide receiver drafted after Diggs.
Every single one.
Well, Mr. Ben, he's in this draft too, man. Him and I got into a nice little debate about the Houston wide receivers. So want to include him on this. So hopefully he's still around on the chat. Maybe he can chime in. He's definitely a Diggs believer. I have a flag plan on Tank Dell being the alpha in that offense. That's no shade in Nico Collins. I think Nico Collins is absolutely a phenomenal specimen. I just think people counting Tank Dell out, and I think he showed why. He was wide receiver 15 in 10 of the first 12 games last year. So I
think Nico's their wide receiver 1. I honestly do. They paid him as such.
You think who?
Nico.
I mean, yeah. Look, he can definitely finish. I think all 3 of them can get 1,000 yards. I can see Stroud throwing for 45 and 100 and above. So
5K
is definitely in realm. If he does 5K, I mean, he's probably going to be in the MVP conversation. So
5K.
All right. Well, speaking of Nico, let's move right on into Grizz.
Go ahead, Sean. You break this one down, and then we're gonna let Connor break down JoJo's team.
Oh,
I love it.
Let
Sounds
him do
great.
it. Let him do it.
So I would have to say, to
can't
be
let Ken
honest
do
with
it.
you
We
guys,
can't
I
let
would
Ken
have
do
to
it.
say
We
that
already
this
know
is
what's gonna happen
probably
with that. Go ahead, Sean.
this is probably my pick for the best team in the league right now. Like, I think he just knocked this draft out of the park with the way that the draft board fell to him. He took advantage of it and snagged all the right players at the right time. So I like his starting out. The one thing that I could say, if I had to say anything, is that I probably personally take AJ Brown over Puka. I just think Puka's being drafted at his ceiling at 2-2, and I think that's just a little high for me. So that's the only gripe that I have, though. Everything else on his lineup so far, I'm pretty happy with the player he took at the time that he took him. I really don't see a reason why he should have, went a different direction than he went. I like that he got Mark Andrews where he got him. I like that he got James Cook where he got him. I like that he came back around and was able to snag Carr and Bo Nix, like, in that situation, to get two guys that are going to start for his backup quarterbacks. I like a stronger backup quarterback. I do, or a second quarterback. I'm sorry, but it's still like the value that he got elsewise. Like, it's hard to say that he should maybe the Lawrence over Jared Cook or James Cook, and then come back and maybe get a running back at that point, or take Andrews and, be happy with Aaron Jones and James Conner. I'd rather have Lawrence, I think. But, those are pretty much the only things I see about this team I don't like. I love that he's got Hockenson as his backup tight end. I think that's an amazing pick at that point. So, his late round picks are looking pretty solid too. He's got, some guys that are going to at least have a role in their offense. We don't know exactly where, like, what size it'll be, but we know there's a role there for him. So I definitely am pretty stoked on this squad. I'd have to go back and look again a little bit deeper, but it could easily be my number one team when it's all said and done.
One thing though, before we get to JoJo's team, we just finished the draft, everybody. So, but not that it means anything, but the projected number one team is the pod team.
Really?
For week one.
Oh my God, setting ourselves up for some drama.
Not that it means anything, but it is the pod team. So
how funny.
That's great.
All right. Thank you, Connor, for that. And why don't we go ahead and let you talk about JoJo's wonderful rookie all-star squad?
I know. I don't mind the Daniels pick as much as y'all are hating on it. I actually like Daniels above Lawrence. I mean, I have him above Caleb Williams. I think I have him above Tua as well. So I don't mind where he took him. Not the biggest fan of the Neighbors pick there. I think that's a little early for a rookie. But I mean, hey, look at my team. I think I have 3 starters of rookies as well. Roma Dunze, I don't like that pick either. Just too much dependent on rookies again. But I love the Godwin pick. I like the Warren pick where he got him. The Hall Bijan start's a good start. Just not what I saw JoJo doing, but he did what he had to do, and I understand that. I think we all thought this draft would go a little differently, but
did the draft pod discussion at the time between rounds change your decision on 2-1?
No, I mean, I always like to go. I mean, I was debating to go Wilson. I have a lot of Wilson. Like, if Garrett Wilson has a great year, I think I'm going to be cashing in a lot of stuff here if he's like wide receiver 5 or earlier. But Breece Hall, Aaron Rodgers running backs do pretty well. And like Aaron Jones always was a great running back under Aaron Rodgers. So I like Breece Hall. Bijan Robinson is actually like my 6th or 7th overall player. To get him at 13, like, I just was like, I'm going to take value. As for the Neighbors and Adunze things, like, obviously Scott hit on the head. None of the receivers. I thought I was going to get Olave. I was thinking about going Nico. I'm just going to go with the true number one. There's no target competition in New York. Granted, I know it's Daniel Jones over CJ Stroud, but I'm going to go with the volume. That's just the reason there. Adunze, I was actually trying to get Jaden Reed, but he didn't make it back to me either. I was thinking of going to Chiefs wide receiver, but that is also very convoluted. Whenever Rashee Rice comes back, there's 4 mouths to feed in that offense too, and Pat Mahomes spreads it around. So, I just kind of went when the guys just fell. That's it. Point blank period. It's not my favorite draft, guys.
What would have happened? What do you think if you didn't go 2 RBs? Do you take an RB there instead of Adunze? Like, would you rather have maybe taken a receiver instead of one of those RBs? Looking back at it,
Over a Doomsday? No,
Yeah.
I think I'm a Raiders guy. I was thinking about maybe going back to the running back well and going to grab Zamir, but the thing is that I think it was still too early. I think there was still a couple backs I felt like he could still make it back to me. But he's also very I don't know. I haven't seen any game action of him catching the ball. So I don't know if he's going to catch enough passes. Like he can be like a Derrick Henry light where he's rushing for 86 yards, but he's only getting 8.6 points in a game if he doesn't fall into the end zone. So I'm worried about that only, but his volume is going to be absurd. Like he's gonna have a minimum of 20 touches every single week, but they might all be on the ground. That's my worry.
All right. Okay. Well, good analysis. We are going to see if we try to get Alex back on for this freebie.
Oh yeah.
So
I hope I entered.
Where is he? I know he walked away from his thing for a minute.
Yeah, I'll give him a second to get back in here.
Yeah, I just texted him. All right, it went well, guys. Looks like we're just a little over 2. But once we get this freebie done and we sign off, I think it ran well. And then it looks like Connor, if you want to start working on next week's draft,
gotcha.
We can start getting that in because I think a lot of people are gonna. I already seen in the chat at least 2 or 3 people say they want in for next week. So
yeah, we can talk about it after this if you want, Scott. Maybe we can talk about it with Alex a little bit, see when we should set it up, if we should do it for next week's pod or if we should do it a bonus pod. So we can talk about it after this if you're free.
All right. So Alex just said go ahead with it. I put my mic up. So I don't know how he wants to run this freebie.
Did he want me to do the standard draw? I bet. Let me go ahead.
Probably the standard draw. Yeah, and then Gary's in next week, so Gary's going to be, or not Gary, Jeff Zubakis. So he'll take Gary's spot as far as the pod, and then Gary, if you want your own team, you could have your own team if you want.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Hey guys, I just want to interject real quick. This is my last day of paternity leave. I'm going back to work tomorrow. I would not have spent it any better with the pod crew of Ballsville, guys. So I just want to.
All right.
You guys know.
Yeah, you've been very active. Everything's been great. Everything's doing really well right now with the pod and while I have everybody on, anyways, I want to just do kind of a quick future of what the pod's going to look like a month from now. So we're going to move the pod to two days a week. Let me know when you're ready, Sean. Tuesdays.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm getting it started.
Tuesdays will be basically we're going to start off with injury reports. Checking out all the carnage that happened over the weekend. We'll get into the recap of the Sunday and Monday night games. We will do a preview of the Thursday night game, and then get into some fab bidding section. Get into that. So that'll take up quite a bit of time. And then Friday, we're going to get into the recap of the Thursday night game. We're going to also get into the some prop betting along with some Vegas lines. We're also going to get into some start sits questions, hopefully from the listeners, and just preview the games for the weekend and Monday night. So that's going to be basically our lineup for the weeks for Tuesdays and Fridays. So we're going to have a lot of information to throw at you guys. Tuesday's pod will start at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. That way you guys can listen to the fab bidding and get those fab bids in before the night's up. And then Friday we'll be back to our 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time time slot. So we will have this pretty much the same crew in, rotating in, giving in their perspective on their favorite topics. So that's going to be the lineup. So I'm really, really excited to get out of this time of the year where there's really not a lot going on, and get into the point scoring season where we're going to have a lot of content to throw out at you guys. So really, really look forward to that. You ready, Sean?
Yep. Give me just 1 second here to share my screen, and we should be good to go.
All right. We are going to do the freebie for you guys. And that is going to be is that another best ball, Sean?
I believe so. Yes, this is a drawing that Alex was setting up, and I believe it is for a best ball entry.
Okay.
All right. So we got 16 people in the chat that are eligible for this. So let's go ahead and hit this button and see who wins. Oh, that's not
Get
right.
out of here.
I say
Ridge.
Jesus.
Congrats, Ken. This is
Wow.
going to be your only win this season in fantasy, so have fun.
Oh wow, he'll sleep good tonight knowing that he won a freebie.
There we go, kid. Congratulations.
All right, congratulations. Thank you again all for checking in for this pod. Please like and subscribe our podcast. We really appreciate it. Getting those likes and up. So for our producer Sarah, for Sean, my co-host, for Gary Super El Biesto, and we got JoJo in here and C-Bomb and the dealer. Until next week, Ballsville Gamers, we are out.